Welcome to the Books Between Friends podcast.
3 lifelong friends,
one shared obsession.
Books.
From epic fantasy to page-turning thrillers.
We dive into the stories we love
And the ones we just can't stop talking about.
So take a seat,
Grab a drink,
and get cozy.
All right, book friends, hello, welcome back. Speaking of cozy, what is keeping you cozy these days? So, for me, it is the beginning of the year, and RuPaul's Drag Race is back, baby, and I'm so excited. I've already seen the first episode of the 18th season. We're on season 18.
Wow.
I know, and so I'm loving this brand new group of girls and all their cattiness and their drama that they're already bringing, honey. It is
love it.
It is hilarious. I was channeling my inner Kelly Mantle there, but it is.
You did a great job.
Thanks. I try. But yeah, it's just all the drama and all the greatness, and that is keeping me cozy. I'm sure Nick is sick and tired of it, but I am loving it.
Have you
That's so
watched
awesome.
every single season?
I sure have. Okay, so all of the United States seasons plus their All-Star seasons,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
RuPaul is nothing if not but a genius of branding and marketing, and she knows how to brand. And so there's all these different spin-offs. There's Drag
Tons
Race
of
UK,
spin-offs.
there's
Okay.
Drag Race Philippines, Drag Race Thailand, Drag Race Down Under, and not to
Yeah.
mention all of those have their own All-Star seasons. And then there's Drag Race
okay.
UK versus the world, and Drag Race Canada versus the world. It's
I did not know
tons.
that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I knew about the U.S.
They
ones
have
'cause-
their own streaming service, like World of Wonder streaming service,
Oh,
that
wow.
shows nothing but Drag Race stuff.
Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane. That's a lot. I do remember watching a few seasons with you and absolutely loving it. Like we would watch, we would literally watch it. So we'd be like, okay, we're going to push play at the exact same time so that when we're talking, it's happening
Like in
at
real
the
time.
same time.
That's fun.
And then after you finish with your academics, Jen, we need to go back to that.
We do need to
because
go back to it. Yeah.
we stopped at some of the peak seasons, and I am
yeah.
just
Ooh.
waiting to watch it with you.
What, 3 seasons together? Maybe 3 or 4?
I think 4, 5, and 6.
And then one of the All-Stars, so I guess 4 then. We did
And
watch
7.
one of the All-Stars.
If we watched one of
think.
the All-Stars, we probably made it through 7.
Okay.
Because...
No,
yeah,
I
I
don't
would-
remember watching 7. I remember watching 4, 5, and 6, and then...
So you
1.
haven't seen Trixie and Katya's season.
Oh, wait, no.
Ooh.
Then I did, because I did watch that one.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
season 7. Yeah.
Okay, then we did watch
Okay,
it.
no, we stopped on season 8. Season 8,
Okay,
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
We do need to pick it back up, because I love it.
fantastic season.
So I guess what's been keeping me cozy is the... So I mentioned in our newsletter that I bought a little walking pad for my office, and I've actually been using it. I've been jumping on anytime like I want to be working on something, but also trying to stay as active as possible. And I started tracking my sleep a little more. So now I'm like wearing my watch to bed, and it looks like I'm getting more deep sleep thanks to that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because I definitely was not getting any deep sleep. Like I could feel it in the mornings. I was waking up exhausted. I was just waking up just like super tired, and I was like wondering why, and I think that was it. So I'm hoping that this will help me more also just kind of stay more focused, because when I do get home, I have to work on my dissertation, and I had been not doing a great job of that in the past, like waiting until the weekend. So I've been seeing some changes, and it's been keeping me cozy, making me feel good because I'm on a very tight deadline, and I don't feel as anxious as I was feeling when I first started, I guess. So
That's awesome. I know you have to be super disciplined to get everything done for
Yes.
your dissertation
yes,
this
it's
year.
been a lot of
So
work. and
kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. But adding that and making sure I'm getting sleep, like that's where I think in the fall I was really noticing a huge hit on my sleep schedule.
Mhm.
And I was snapping for you not showing money signs, so...
Thank you. What about you, Steph?
You know what? Like this week has just kind of been a tough one for me. So I'm not sure that I have anything to share as far as cozy, but maybe I need to take some pointers from you guys and like find a good show and get my sleep schedule back in line.
Yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We are here for something new today. This is the first set of episodes we are creating that is specific to a book series we have all read in its entirety. I mean, of the books that are currently out, that is. When the stars align in this way, we decided that as your co-hosts of this podcast, that we would release a special series of episodes to commemorate that for the series of books in question. But here are some things that that go along with this that also led us to this kind of content creation. So first thing is, while this series of episodes will be on our podcast, if you're listening to it on our podcast, in addition to that, going forward, when we do this type of series, it's going to be a YouTube exclusive. Now, don't freak out, because that doesn't mean that our regular podcast is going away. We're just branching out into the type of content that we produce and trying it out and seeing what we enjoy creating as co-hosts. And this actually works out well behind the scenes for us too, because Jen and Steph, this is the second thing here, if you want to go ahead and give some life updates.
Yeah. So you guys, y'all have heard me talk about my dissertation a little bit. I'm working on my PhD. So March is going to be a very, very important month, because that is actually the month where I will be doing my final defense. So
Yeah.
I already told my co-host.
So excited.
I know. I told my co-host, and I'm telling you guys now, like, March is just going to be a time where I cannot fully dedicate myself to the podcast. So we're trying to do these ahead of time, because we still want to put out content for you guys, and we're really excited to talk about this series that we're going to talk about. But March is just going to be a tough one. I'll be finishing up, finalizing my dissertation, turning it into the university, making sure my presentation is all put together, and then doing the final defense to become a doctor. So
So exciting.
It's so exciting.
I can't believe that is coming up, you guys. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It'll be here so fast.
We remember when you first started, and it seems
I
like
know.
forever ago, kind of, and
I
also
know.
just yesterday.
I know.
And
Exactly.
so it's finally here. I'm so excited for
I
you.
know. So close. Thanks, guys.
And then you're going to be Dr. Ramirez. That's so cool. And then for me, this kind of lines up around the same time, but during March and a little bit in April as well, my husband and I are actually going to be traveling in Mexico. So I am super fortunate that at my job, once we've hit our 5-year anniversary, they actually give us 4 weeks of paid vacation time, call it a
That's
sabbatical, to take off
That is
consecutively.
so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to be doing that in March, a little bit after Jen does her final defense presentation. So yeah, that is another reason why we are filming these special episodes a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah. So exciting.
Yes. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am so excited for both of you. So yeah, everything just kind of aligned this way. And let's face it, we've really been wanting to talk about this series.
Yes.
So it is for all of these reasons we get to share this content with you all. And then after this episode series, we're going to resume on our podcast our regularly scheduled programming and book club like discussions. So those will still be out on our podcast, but any series, kind of special series, limited series episodes we'll put out are going to be on YouTube only, right? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Y'all, we are finally talking about Throne of Glass, the whole Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas.
Let's
Not
go.
to be
I'm
confused
so ready.
with any ACOTAR books.
Yeah.
We're just talking Throne of Glass here.
Darn it, Bob.
Yes.
So happy.
All right. So I know my co-hosts were chomping at the bit for me to finish the Throne of Glass series ever since I mentioned that I picked up the first book. I
We're
just
so
thought I
excited
was
for you.
right. I just thought I was picking it up on a whim, and then I happened to mention it. And they're like, "What?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you started it?" And so it's been a countdown basically ever since then.
Yeah.
And so now that I finished all of it, Throne of Glass to Kingdom of Ash.
So good.
We can actually make these videos, which we have been talking about ever since I mentioned reading Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
For this episode, we are giving our hottest takes about the series that we will defend to our dying breath. We believe wholeheartedly about these hot takes here. But before we get there, I'm going to pass it over to Jen so she can lay the ground rules of our episode today.
All right, you guys. So happy you finally read the series.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so good. Every book is just so good. So I cannot wait to talk hot takes with y'all. But here are the rules. So each of us will take a turn giving a hot take about the Throne of Glass series, like we mentioned by Sarah J. Maas. We will state our hot take and we will defend it to the very end. And then after that, our co-hosts will be able to chime in on their thoughts and spark hopefully a nice lively debate. Because I know for a fact that the three of us think very differently when it comes to books. So
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
this
true.
going to make
That is
for
true.
We align on a
very
lot, but there's also a lot that we
disagree on.
don't align on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be fun.
So much fun. During the time where we're all sharing our thoughts, we're going to say that we either champion or challenge one of our hot takes and explain why. So if we champion a hot take, we are agreeing with it. And if we challenge a hot take, then we will be disagreeing with it. And we will, like I said, give our explanations for those. And then just rinse and repeat until we get through all of those. Each of us will be sharing only 3, because I promise you we have tons. But
Yeah.
we will break it down to 3 hot takes. So that way this video is not 3 hours long.
Yeah. Each of us had like a long list of hot takes that we wanted to talk about. And so we implemented a limit of 3.
So that is our rules. We are so excited to do that. Right. So if you guys are enjoying our content, you're loving these discussions that we're going to be putting out on Throne of Glass or any future YouTube videos, be sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel. We are loving the little community we built with you guys, and we cannot wait to see it grow. Thank you guys.
Right. Who wants to go first?
Do you want to go first though?
Okay, sure. Just because I'm itching to talk about these hot takes. I have a feeling that mine might be the most spicy. So let's see how y'all feel.
I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
Okay, first up, Rowan is a throwaway character.
Sorry.
Yeah, I said what I said. Other than being Aylin's mate, he doesn't really bring a lot to the table, y'all. And she could have gone through her little growth journey without him.
I'm speechless, y'all. My face is red for a reason. Okay.
How do y'all feel?
We're starting off strong. We're starting
We
off
are
strong.
starting off very strong. How do you feel?
Ooh,
Ethan?
man.
And then I'll share my.
While
I love it. Y'all are speechless. This is great. This is great.
while I love Rowan, or maybe not love, that's a strong word here. I like Rowan a great deal. I will champion.
Ooh.
I will
Yes.
champion. Because to your point, I mean, I feel like any connection that Rowan provided to his cousins, Aelin could have gotten on her own.
Yeah.
Through her own cunningness, right? Like she's pretty shrewd about political machinations, and really at this point that's what Rowan had to bring to the table. Yes, he trained her, but again, she could have gotten that training elsewhere too. And so yeah,
She
no,
was
I'd have to
already a
champion.
great assassin. So
Right. Yeah. No, I'd champion.
All right.
awesome.
I 100%
Jen?
challenge this hot take.
Okay.
Let me
Tell
be your
us, why
middleman.
was
Try
he
to
so
persuade me.
crucial? Let's hear it.
Okay, I think part of what you're saying is true. Like I agree that a lot of what Aelin did, she probably could have done without Rowan. I don't know that he's a throwaway character. I think maybe they put a lot of emphasis, like people put a lot of emphasis on Rowan because he's Aelin's mate, you know. But I think that he did contribute a lot in her growth. Like at the point where she got to where was she? Y'all, I'm forgetting these names. When she arrived at where she was at.
This word?
Yes, thank you. So I'm I'm like blanking. I'm reading like 2 other books right now, so I'm blanking. So when she got to Miss Word, like she was about to give up, y'all. Like she was at the point where she had already given up. Yes, she was a really great assassin. Yeah, she did a lot of really great things before she even got the training that she did from Rowan. But she was on the verge of giving up. Like who else could have pulled her out of that? You know, like who else could have been there to kick her ass basically out of like the funk that she was in? Because sometimes we need a little bit of tough love. I have been in horrible funks before where if somebody didn't kick my ass out of it, like I couldn't pull myself out of it. So like that set off her whole journey into becoming of who she became because of the ass kicking that she got from Rowan. Is he my favorite MMC? No, he's not. Like, I have others who are definitely way higher up there than Rowan. He's definitely not maybe top 5. So I can definitely see how he's not a favorite of people's, but I wouldn't exactly call him a throwaway character either. Like, he is fiercely loyal to Aelin. He's the one that got her back out of Maeve's clutches. Like, she was literally she was trying to get herself killed, y'all, because she wanted to die. Like, she wasn't planning an escape so that she could make it out of there alive. She was trying to get caught and killed at the same time, like she did when she was a slave. So had he not been there, had he not led that, would she have made it back to Terrasen? You know? Like, he made it his point to go out there and save her.
Okay, I mean, I do see all your points. And obviously, like we said, sometimes we disagree on certain things in several books. So I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. But yeah, I completely see him as a throwaway character. I don't see what he brings to the table. I feel like she could have done that whole journey on her own without Rowan.
Right. That was a really strong start, Steph. Way
I
to set the bar.
like,
Yeah, way to set the bar.
Yeah. Coming
I
in
may
hot.
not agree, but I loved it.
Yeah.
All
That
right,
was good.
Ethan, what is your hot take?
Okay, my hot take is that Lysandra and Manon are more compelling as characters than Aelin.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm saying Lysandra was a prostitute and, and then became a fierce warrior in all of her animal shifting glory. And then Manon, cold, heartless bitch in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And turns to not warm-hearted, but at least has a heart by the end of it. And believable character development. It wasn't just insta fix with that. Like, it was well fought, well earned on both of their parts. And Aelin, once she becomes Aelin, I guess you could argue Selena to Aelin, but for this moment I'm talking about specifically Aelin. She was overpowered the whole time, and until at the end of Kingdom of Ash. And I couldn't believe that she was actually struggling with anything because she kept on having secret reveal after secret reveal, secret plan reveal after secret plan reveal. And I was like, what's at stake here then? You know? And so for me, Lysandra and Manon are way more compelling than Aelin.
I 100% champion your hot take. So, and it kind of goes a little bit with one of mine. So I'll save like my full thoughts, but I agree that they're both really amazing characters. And as much as I love Aelin, because I do, y'all, you guys know I do, but Manon, like, whenever her chapters came out, I was like, yo, we need a whole story on just the witches, because like that whole plot was amazing.
So good.
And then like Sandra, like, who wouldn't want her as your best friend?
Yeah.
And plus, I love the reveal once we get Lysandra back from when she was Selena.
Yes.
Selena, and then we get Lysandra back out when she figures out that she's Aelin. That was such a great moment.
So good.
Great.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that I also champion that hot take, because all the things that you both said, and also, to your point, Ethan, like, Lysandra came from being a prostitute, not like because she wanted to, and she fought to get out from under her mistress, right? And not only that, like, Selena grew up with, like, in the lap of luxury with all of this training. So she was already, like, a really successful assassin, arrogant, and cocky. And it was just, like, it rubbed me the wrong way. And it was really interesting to see the dynamic switch from when, Lysandra was training to be a courtesan and Selena was an assassin, and then how that relationship changed when they grew up, because they were almost like pitted against each other as rivals, which is unfortunate. You see a lot, with like girl on girl rivalries. So I really liked seeing that character development, or, the development of that relationship. So yes, champion that hot take, Ethan.
Yeah. That's a really good one. Yeah. Okay.
Jen,
All
you're
right. So mine is probably not a huge hot take. I think a lot of people feel the way that I feel about this one. But I don't know. We'll see. So I thought what you were thinking about Rowan, my thoughts were on Adian. He
Okay.
was basically useless, y'all. I don't understand how he was this beloved cousin to Aelin. I mean, they talked their relationship up so hard, like that basically they were siblings, that they had each other's back from childhood, and that she loved him so much more than she ever felt like she loved anybody, and that he loved her. And I'm just like, I just did not see that. I did not see that closeness. I did not see that relationship there. He did nothing but complain the entire time. And like literally in Kingdom of Ash, like what was he doing? Trying to, when he was over there at Orinth, like he wasn't doing anything. His army was doing the work. All he did was bitch the entire time and then be mean to Lysandra. That's all he did. Like, let's be real. And when they were on whatever quest or moving all the way to Orinth, like he did nothing. He just sat there. Like he was like doubting Aelin the entire time, saying, "Oh, because of you, now we're in the situation," instead of trying to help her and fight their way out of things. He didn't do anything. So why was he even there? To me, Adian is a throwaway character. That's who I thought didn't need to be there. Yeah, like he did not need to be there.
Okay, who wants to go
we're,
first?
we're talking in
Ethan?
absolutes here. Um, that's what I was going to say, because
Okay.
if not for the one part that Adian is the one, to your point that you made about Rowan earlier, is that he was the one that brought her out of her deepest moment. And that's when Adian gets introduced into the story as well, when she's about to break from something and she needs that extra pick-me-up that Adian provided. However, now that if I think about it, I would probably champion this instead of challenge, because that could have been accomplished with the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's also a cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and she could have been brought back into the story in a moment where that could have served as the pick-me-up for Aelin to get back by her bootstraps and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Okay.
What about you,
So
Steph?
so you champion. Okay.
Yeah. champion.
I challenge. So,
Oh.
and here's my reason why. So, Adian was the general of the only army she had to start off with.
Mm-hmm.
And he had fostered that relationship with his soldiers in the Bane for 10 years while she was absent from her kingdom. And he was doing it in secret underneath the thumb of her enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And still fiercely loyal to her that whole time, and was the only reason she had any soldiers to speak of when they started. In addition, while she was gallivanting around with Rowan, our throwaway character, he also held it down for her with the Bane. And then again, when she was captured he was continuing her campaign to win back Terrasen. And I know he had his moments where I too hated Adian for the way he yelled at Aelin, "Where are our armies?" when she had them in her back pocket
Please.
coming.
Yeah.
And also the way that he treated Lysandra, when she was when Aelin was captured by Maeve.
Yeah.
I did not like him in those moments.
Yeah.
But I
No.
think he was crucial to Aelin and in the war.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree on the war, like the Bane part of him keeping them, pretty much unified and away from the king whenever, Aelin was being Selena. So, like, I definitely understand that part. I feel like once Aelin kind of came into play, though, his role diminished a lot, and it just did not feel important to me at all. Like, even when you were talking about, like, him holding it down, he wasn't even, like, he really wasn't doing a lot. Like he was leaving a lot of the decisions up to his soldiers, and they were doing a lot of that on their own, especially because they were getting a lot of pushback. Adian was getting a lot of pushback at Orinth from whatever his name was. What was his name, y'all?
Darrow.
And so he wasn't letting him lead anymore, and so that he just, I don't know. To me, as I was reading Kingdom of Ash, and obviously I'm anxious for everybody to arrive at Orin to fight this big battle. And I just feel like all I was reading about from Adian's point of view was him bitching the entire time and not really doing anything.
That's fair, because he did bitch a lot.
Yes. Yes. And I've mentioned it before. Lysandra is one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite. I love Lysandra. And that's probably why I want to champion yours as well, just because like he was such a dick to her.
Yeah.
Like don't be mean to her.
Yeah. All right, Steph, what is your second hot take?
Okay. I don't know if this is just as hot as my first one, but it might be up there. We'll see what y'all think. So my second hot take is that I actually think Darrow was right not to just hand over Terrasen to Aelin in the beginning. And here's why. And this is the other hot take that I combined with this one that I said was like kind of a 2-for-1. My reason why I think Darrow was correct in that decision to push back against her just taking over Terrasen is because she was a bad leader. Like, let's remember she was only about 20. She was absent from Terrasen for about 10 years, so she like barely even knew who she was about to lead. And also, the way that she led, she kept her closest confidants and like her inner circle completely out of all of her plans. Like, she just kept on dropping all of these major plans at the last minute that nobody was aware of. And like, that is not a way to lead. So that's why I think Darrow was correct.
So,
one last thing.
Okay.
Sorry. Also, she had, what do they call all of Rowan's cadre? Is that how you say it?
cadre.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The cadre that was part of her court, like they have centuries of experience, leading a court, and she had 0.
Yeah.
And she completely dismissed them all consistently, constantly. So anyway, there's my hot take.
Okay, so I actually champion your hot take combination because your second part that you mentioned was actually one of my hot takes. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I think that Aelin was not the best leader. And I 100% agree with you on that one because I even put it down. I said Aelin has some of the best people in her court and in her corner. So even if they weren't part of her court, like, like Dorian, right? Or like Manon, who weren't part of her court, but they were in her corner. She had some of the best people at her side and yet never actually included them in anything. But would make really high demands of them. Like very like bitchy demands. And so to me that was just super uncool. And again, I love Aelin. She has a really great power. I think it's really badass how she came out of a lot of things, but like some of the things that she did, mostly leading, I just did not agree with how she did it. So I championed that. And even though Darrow pissed me off because like the way he went about it really was very arrogant and just very like shut the fuck up. I agree 100%. That he had a right to do that. He had a right to be weary of like, who are you? Yes, you're the rightful heir, but who are you really?
Right.
So,
yeah.
And
the reader. Go ahead.
I was going to say, this goes along with what you said, Ethan, about Manon and Lysandra, because I think Manon was a way better leader than Aelin ever was.
100%.
Like, the way that she led her 13 was amazing.
Flawless.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, agree.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah. The reader in me wants to challenge with every fiber of my being. Because, like, I guess a reader in the moment of reading that moment.
Yeah.
I want, like, who doesn't want to just bitch slap Darrow? Like,
Right.
like, what do you mean to deny?
Right.
To deny her,
He annoyed
this
me
is
so
hers
much.
by right. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
and for him to not even deign to listen to her at all, it rubs you wrong in every single way.
Yeah.
As a reader to read that, because it's just not human decency, and so it's like the umbrage of it all.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
Gosh, Darrow. But as a reader having finished Kingdom of Ash,
Yeah.
I have to champion. So my official answer, so I'm not wishy-washy, is champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, yeah, just having insight as to who she became as a leader afterwards.
Right.
And still not even the greatest of leaders by the end of
Yeah.
it all. So
Yeah.
Manon has way more up on her.
I mean, she had to learn. Like, him
Yeah.
kicking her out was like somebody finally putting her in her place, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so she needed that. She needed to be humbled. She needed to be, brought down a peg. Not that she didn't fight hard for, her throne, because she did. I mean, let's
Right.
look at the battle itself. Like, that was a huge battle. And then everything that, she endured under Maeve and her torture. So, like,
Yeah.
not that she didn't earn it, but she had to earn it first.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. And like, I will say, Ethan, like, I remember texting Jen when
Yeah.
reading that specific scene when the decision was made, and it was Darrow, the only one who voted against her. Well, no, it wasn't just Darrow, but it was Darrow and his like little.
the other lords or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was like 2 that voted for her and like a few that voted against her. But I remember reading that and being so pissed off about it. But just like you
Yes.
said, in hindsight, like if you actually look at the facts, you're like, actually, he wasn't wrong for that.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah, and
just
I
the way
feel-
he went about it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I feel like if you had even dug down, like, read it and just really thought about it instead of just reacting to it, you
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
probably we still probably would have come to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But you just, in the moment, you're just like,
Just that emotional reaction.
Well,
Yeah.
because it took however many books for her to finally get to Terrasen, for him only to
Yeah.
be like, "No, never mind, you're not
Yeah.
getting in
That's what
here,"
was so hard
you know?
about it.
mhm,
Exactly. So I think that's where I'm coming from too.
yeah. All right.
All right, what's your second hot take?
Take 2. As villains go, the Vogue are underdeveloped.
Explain.
I mean, we could have had some really badass villains with these spider princess, Vogue queen princess things. And yeah, it just
Yeah.
it was like it never came to be. Like, we just didn't know what they could have done, really. Like, I feel like that could have been really a lot more devastating than what it ended up being. And for that reason, like, if we just had the Vogue princes, right? Like, or is it kings, Vogue kings?
The princess.
The
The
princes.
princess, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been more compelling to me and more fleshed out. Or even just like one Vogue leader or the 3 brothers plus their way to be able to manipulate others. That's more scary. Like, if they give just the ring and now they control you, that's more scary than trying to have this whole hierarchy structure of things going on that required a lot more detail for it to be able to make sense in my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. It almost feels like there could have been so much more done with that structure of an enemy that it just seems like it didn't get the time that it needed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I champion.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
guess-
I think
I
I
guess
champion it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, as evil goes, it's not as bad as it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
like
this
even
was
the
also-
gods were almost like a badder enemy if you think
Yeah,
about
and we
it.
barely saw them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was her first series, and she started it when she was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So maybe that kind of
That's
goes
so
along
crazy.
with that. So she hadn't thought about what evil could really be. All right, so I already mentioned, so I'll just give a little reminder. My other hot take was that Aelin was just not a good leader, but we had kind of already had that discussion, and you guys championed that, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
do.
thought.
Ultimately.
yeah.
Yeah. So we already had the
For sure.
discussion, so that was mine. That was mine because I kept thinking, like, you have Manon, you have Dorian, who has this amazing magic that, like, does way more than your fire could ever do.
Real.
Like,
Yeah.
you have Rowan, you have the cadre, you have all these amazing people in your corner, and you just never use them. Like, come on. What? Like, I would be like, what do y'all think? Well, what do y'all think? Like, tapping into their experience, tapping into their abilities, tapping into like everything that you could do instead of just demanding
skills,
shit
yeah.
from them, you know? So,
Exactly.
all right. That was my second take.
100%
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. So before we introduce our final hot takes, we just want to take a second and one honorable mention. So I'll kick us off from this one. Mine will be that killing off Nehemia did not make sense to me. It didn't make sense to Nehemia's character. It didn't make sense for the plot. I don't think it was necessary. And she deserved to be a character that continued in the series.
Interesting.
My honorable mention is Tower of Dawn is better than Empire of Storms and Kingdom of Ash.
Yes, agree. Champion, 1000%.
Here's why that is. It's just great. It's just great. Like, the character, all across the character development for Kael and Irene is just way better than Empire of Storms. I feel like Empire of Storms, nothing happens. Kingdom of Ash could have been written in half of its size.
Yes.
And for those
That one,
reasons,
yes. Yeah.
it's out.
Solid hot take.
So my honorable mention is that the word gate and the ward keys were absolutely useless. Why did we have so many books focus on the ward keys and ultimately doing nothing? Nothing happened. Erewhon was still there. The only thing it did was strip Aelin of her power, which she needed to defeat Erewhon and May.
Oh my god, yeah.
What? How did we have all this leading up to it for it to just die and do nothing? Y'all, what the hell? I was very disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Same.
I was expecting for like this huge thing to happen, and I was very disappointed.
So disappointed. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Okay, those are some good ones.
Let's get to our hot take.
Okay, so now we're going to get into our final hot takes. And I feel like you guys aren't going to be surprised with my final hot take because I've been a big advocate of this character that it revolves around. So here it goes.
Don't say it.
Kael's character arc was better than Aelin's. And the reason I believe that is that Aelin's only character arc was finally accepting her title, and she was the same character after it. She was the same arrogant, bratty, bitchy character that she was before she decided that she did want to be Queen of Terrasen. That's my hot take.
Yes. I mean, obviously, I champion this 100%. I immediately loved Kael, Throne of Glass, and then reading, yes, not his finest moment when everything went down with Nehemia, but his intentions, I still kind of couldn't fault. Yes, there's some, kind of possessiveness at that point that wasn't maybe the healthiest, but so there's a show, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and one of the best character redemption arcs is a character named Zuko. And I feel like Kael had a Zuko moment throughout the whole series, and it was well earned. It was a slow burn, like I think one of my other hot takes, so thanks for letting me be able to mention this, was Kael is the most realistic character.
Yes.
And so for that reason, yes, champion.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, I'll let you say, and then I'll give my final thoughts. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about this because Kael has never been a favorite of mine. When I first read the series, like when I did the first read around, like I actually really disliked him a lot. And I actually really disliked reading Tower of Dawn a lot. But then when I reread it, so when Ethan started it, of course, me and Stephanie had to reread it, right? Thank goodness for audiobooks because that's how we got through them all.
No, truly, yeah.
But when I did my second go around, I went into it with an open mind for Kael. I was like, okay, maybe he's not that bad. Did he have moments that he pissed me off? Absolutely. And I still stick to those moments where I'm like, he's just not my favorite. But I didn't hate him going into Tower of Dawn. I'm not saying Tower of Dawn is my favorite because I don't think it is, but I didn't hate the book and I didn't hate his story. I just don't know that he's as beloved as you guys are making him out to be. Like, that's just me, though. I don't feel that way about Kale.
Beloved to me.
I know that is like the reason why people don't feel this way about Kale, because he's
Right.
not a likable character. But what I'm saying is Kale in Throne of Glass and Kale in Kingdom of Ash is a whole new Kale. The journey to get to Kale in Kingdom of Ash was well deserved, well earned, and he fought through it and became a better man because of it. And I'm not going to say he's the best character in the series. I might make that argument sometimes, but my favorite is Manon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like top 3 for me.
If we're okay, so your hot take itself was that his arc was better than Aelin's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I champion that statement. I don't champion
Okay.
that he was one of the best ones, though. But you didn't
Okay,
say that.
fair.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what you said.
There's
so,
our loophole.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But he did.
All
He did
right.
have a better arc than Aelin did. Like, she really did stay pretty much the same. She went from Selena to Aelin to the Queen. Mm-hmm. And that was it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. That was a good one. Loved it. All right. So my last one is maybe not so controversial, but it is heartbreaking. I think the most devastating 3 words in the whole series are live, Manon, live.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I still get chills when I hear that line. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah. I remember, because I too was very grateful for the audiobooks.
Yeah.
I remember driving home from work and listening to it, and I'm driving, but I immediately, like, it's rush hour traffic, and immediately I want to put on my brakes because I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I know where this is going. I don't want it to. I don't want
Yeah.
it to.
Oh my God, so
And
devastating.
Devastating.
I remember
Yeah.
reading that for the first time. It was middle of the night. I had tears running down my face, and I was texting Stephanie, "What page are you on?" Because of course I didn't want to ruin it, right? And when she told me she
Yeah.
wasn't on that page, I was like, "No, I can't talk to anybody until she gets there." I was bawling so hard, you guys, like so hard. I couldn't stop crying because I was like, they were the best. Like, I'm telling you, that
Yes.
story was one of the best stories. And you're telling me you're going to kill them all off? Like, what the hell
All
are
of
you
them.
doing to me?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of them.
All of them. All at once. It was insane. No, yeah. I totally remember you asking me that, and then I think I was off work the next day because we had like a snow day.
And then you read the
Oh,
next
you had
day.
to
Yeah.
wait a whole day.
But thankfully, because of that, I was able to read
Yeah.
that section. And I remember literally I had to take a break and like ugly cry.
Yes.
And then I texted Jen like, "Oh my God, this just happened."
'Cause
And then
one
we
thing-
like texted back and forth about
Yeah.
it. So yeah.
Because one thing about us, like, I try not to be like, "Oh, wait until you get to chapter 90." Like, I don't want to spoil that chapter for you. I just ask, what page are you on? So I know.
Yeah.
So I know if
I
I
were-
can spoil it to you.
Yeah.
When I get a text like that, it's almost like reading someone, like your mom texting you, like, just,
Yeah, you're
hey,
like, oof.
like, oh God, what did I do to
Yeah.
piss her off?
Or
Oh no,
Or can
you
we
text me,
talk?
what page are you on? Yes, can we talk? That it's a very
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
I was trying not to give too much away, and I didn't want to ruin like a certain chapter for anyone, like anybody reading. I tried not
Yeah.
to be that person where I'm like, "Oh my gosh, chapter 30, holy crap!" Like,
Right.
it's hard. I'll tell you that though.
Yeah.
But yes, I champion your hot take.
Oh yeah, all this to say, champion.
Yeah.
Back to the matter at hand.
Yes. Wholeheartedly agree with that because I still think about that all the time.
Yeah.
She deserves so much more, you guys. Oh my gosh, so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Sorry.
Jen, what's your final
Take a
one?
moment from
All right.
Manon.
I know.
So, my final one, you guys probably already know this because I have mentioned it to you guys plenty of times, so this probably won't be a shock. But KL did need his own book. Like, he just didn't.
Ugh.
And I'm laughing because y'all just literally talked about how great Tower of Dawn was. He didn't need his own book. Like, let's just be real. And let me make my argument on that, okay?
Let's hear it.
I do not disagree that he had a great character development. He did. He literally, went from being most hated to, being the slubbing husband and new dad to, to Irene and his unborn baby. So I'm not hating on KL's future. I just don't think he needed, out of all the characters that we're thinking about Throne of Glass, I don't think he needed his own book. I am very upset still that Dorian didn't get his own story, because Dorian went through a lot in Throne of Glass that got unanswered, didn't get touched on. He's also a ruler, so we're making this whole series about Aelin, which is great. Like I said, I loved Throne of Glass, but Dorian didn't get his closing. He didn't get the story, I feel like, and the character development that I feel like he deserved. Like, he had so much happen to him, and that he deserved more. And so I think, like, if you're thinking about characters, you're giving this whole book to Kale. Okay, Dorian needs his own series, his own book, you guys. Like, that's my argument for that. Is Kale relatable? Sure, whatever. But I think Dorian, I'm such a diehard Dorian girly, you guys, that he needs his own story.
Oh, sweet Jen. No, I'm not going to be condescending. That's gross. What I will say is I don't disagree. Dorian does need his own book. In fact, I think you can make a whole series of him being king and also trying to come to terms with his powers, because he still has a lot of learning to do about it. So that would be a fantastic series, and it could bring a whole new great evil to things, because we don't know much about raw magic and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I think that would 100% agree with that, but that was not your statement. Yes, Kale definitely needs his own story. Nah. Totally, 100%. If anything, just to mirror what was happening in Empire of Storms. Because who else would have been able to draw the greatness out of Irene? Yes, Irene drew greatness out of Kale, but he also did it vice versa. And she, needed to study Kale to be able to have any inkling of how to heal those who had been affected by the Vogue. Like, Irene is my second favorite character. I know we all love Manon. Like, Manon's just kind of a given to me, but Irene... Yeah. Like Lysandra, Irene for me. But anyway, I think that definitely need to happen. And I don't necessarily think of Tower of Dawn as a Kale book. I think about it as a book that's just what's going on in the other part of the world. That all these others, the other side of the allies, are gathering. And just seeing how they converge in Kingdom of Ash is really cool. But no, I think he needs that own story.
And I'll share what I think about Tower of Dawn after Steph kind of shares her thoughts on my statement, on my hot take.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that means you challenge, right, Ethan? So
yes, I challenge. Sorry.
I too challenge that hot take.
Which I knew you
and
guys
again, yeah, this is no surprise to anyone, because Tower of Dawn is my favorite book in the series, and Kale is one of my favorite characters in the series. So because of the character arc we were able to see in the journey of growth that Kale had in that book, I absolutely think it was necessary. And I think it's crazy to me that people skip that book and that anyone would advocate for that. Yeah. Like, not only because I love Kale in his story, but it was also crucial to the entire plot of the series. Like, this is where we find out that Maeve is actually a Vogue queen.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you skip that part of the story, you miss a huge part. So yeah, challenge.
So just to, I guess, like, add to what I was saying, I don't hate Tower of Dawn. I actually think it's a great book. It's just not, it's obviously not one of my top up there. But I think it's a great book. I love the story of the Cognate and that whole family. Like that was really interesting to me, you know, like that was really cool. Very interesting backstory of theirs, and just like kind of how they come to power and stuff. And you're right, we got a lot of the crucial part of the plot from Tower of Dawn, and Irene was able to figure out how to defeat Erewhon thanks to working on Chaos, you know. I still think that could have been accomplished though if it had been Dorian's story, and like maybe Chaos was with Dorian, and you know, like it was all coming from Dorian's point of view, and like he was the one growing or whatever. I don't know. I just don't think it really should have been all about Chaos and his point of view. But again, like that's just how I feel. I'm a diehard.
So those are hot
yeah,
takes.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree that it was a crucial part of the story. Like, I don't recommend anyone skipping Tower of Dawn ever. You know? And it does, it is a really great if you guys tandem read it. So people who don't tandem read, like, I don't understand how you get through the story.
Honestly, I don't know if I could just read Empire of Storms all the way through without the Tower of Dawn parts.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Because
if I'm thinking about it, there's a pretty big slog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
only because we get Manon a little bit in Empire of Storms. That's how I could get through it.
Yeah. Oh, those chapters were fantastic. Yeah.
See, Empire of Storms got me through Tower of Dawn. So I felt like the opposite.
Well, we truly do think opposite on this one.
Yeah, we
very
do.
much
Literally.
like basis
Yeah.
basis.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. All right, book friends. Well, that wraps up this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. If you have been listening to us on our podcast, please be sure to rate and review our podcast on whatever platform you are listening to. That just helps other book friends find us and join in on the conversation as well. So we want to hear from you. What are your hot takes? Do you have one we didn't mention? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? We want to hear all of it. So please let us know. Join us in the comments.
We would love to hear it.
And tune in next time for our second episode of our Throne of Glass series, where we're each going to be talking about our what ifs in the series.